Hi, my name is Pamela Maburukamu, and I'm very excited to make a review of Just the Way You Are Girl by Grace Nyamahunje. It was just a lovely experience, getting a hold of that book. So my name is Pamela Maburukamu, like I just said, and I am a businesswoman. I sell pajamas in town, so when you think about pajamas, think about me. I have a shop in Namanda Plaza. So I'm also a founder of Evolving Woman. So I guess you can tell already that I'm very passionate about women, and getting a hold of Just the Way You Are Girl was so liberating. Just to know that there's one person out there ready and eager to write about the power of sex and femininity. So what did I like best about the book? Like I said, I am a founder of Evolving Woman. One of the things we do, we train women in discovering themselves and discovering their purpose. And one of the topics that we deal with is sex and sensibility. And one of the things we've discovered is there's very little literature and very few bold people out there ready to talk about sex and how to empower women to enjoy and embrace their sexuality. So when I landed on the book, I was excited to learn so that I could be able to beef up that topic, and have some excerpts from the book that are actually very helpful for the ladies. And one of the things that I learned most importantly for me was the liberation that it brings to break cultural, traditional, and even religious norms and beliefs. Out there, we kind of put women in a box, and women are not let out to go out and talk about their sexuality. Most women talk about them behind closed doors, but in public where people need to be sensitized, barely anybody is willing to get out and talk about sexuality. And so this book has been liberating for me too. It's a tool I can use to talk about, to mentor young girls. And I think this would be just perfect for the young girls, because for them they still need to work on breaking some of those cultural norms and religious beliefs that are really a problem, hindering us from enjoying who God created us to be. So I believe that God created sexuality and created femininity for a purpose. And oftentimes we feel like it's a taboo for us to be a woman or to be feminine. We prefer to be man because they seem to have, they seem to be first class citizens, and we seem to always be second class citizens. We also see that in the Bible oftentimes. But the book helps us to break those myths, and also breaking these self-limiting beliefs, where you lack confidence, and that confidence doesn't make you compete with the men out there. Then you find that women have issues of competing with men and trying to wear a power suit to compete with men. I guess just being feminine is good enough for you to compete with men. You come on the table with the same brains, been to the same schools, been educated by the same people. Why would you think of yourself different? And for me, I find this really liberating. So that chapter on self-limiting beliefs that we need to deal with really did for me, and that's one of the things I would really encourage everybody to buy the book and make sure that they read it. So what new things did I learn? I think the thing that struck me most was, saying that men and women are not just um, they're not just important or necessary for men, for men to exist and to succeed, but that women are actually crucial. And that's the reason why, when I think about it, I actually see that men, men who are married often and happily married so often really succeed and go to great lengths and great heights because they are being supported by a woman. Well, I've never really thought about it that way. I never knew that we're a source of power, that powers the men to be able to, to get to greater heights. So that for me was a key learning, and it's a resource. Generally, I can say it's a resource. There might not be so many new things that I have learned because this is a topic that's been very dear to me, and I've kind of read about it extensively, but very excited to know that there's a Ugandan out there who's bold enough to actually write about this, put it out there for people to be able to embrace it. So that, yes, I would really recommend that book. You don't have to change, you don't have to do a thing, no, just the way you how has the book impacted my life? For a lady who is out there to, empower women to live life to their best and to their full potential. Living life to their full potential does not only work in terms of success and career and all, it's in all areas of your life. One of the things we do as evolving women is encouraging people to evolve every day to their best self in all areas and all aspects of their lives. So knowing that there is a resource out there to help us to embrace our sexuality, take charge, be in charge of it, is really important, and that has impacted me greatly. So we are saying, when it comes to issues of sexuality, ladies, get up, get in charge, take charge of your sexuality. You have the power to make choices, and this book will definitely impact you in that area, to give you the power to be able to make the right choices, but above all, to find the confidence that you need. One of the most difficult conversations that women have is talking about their sexuality. Behind closed doors, in groups of women, they really dissect that topic thoroughly. The question is, why can't they go out in the open and talk about it? Because women too have needs, and this book kind of brings out the whole thing, Black Lives Matter. For me, this is women's lives matter, because the power of sexuality is a great power that women possess, and if they cannot be able to go out and harness it, then they are being limited in so many ways. So this book has impacted me in so many ways, more than one, and I believe that my programs and whatever teachings I have, my mentorship, will definitely be enriched by this book and this resource. So, what advice do I give to the people out there? One, the advice I give to men first before I give it to the women. Please buy this book for everybody. Your mother, your brother, your sister, everybody. And you two men need to read this book, because you need to know how to harness the power of a woman. This book is definitely a must-have and must-buy for everybody. And I would like to also close by advising the women out there. You have the power. You have the power of femininity. It's a gift from God. He never made a mistake to make you feminine. Neither did he make a mistake to make you a sexual being, because you're inherently one. And we would like to encourage the people out there, the women out there, say no to those things that are holding you back. Live life to the fullest like God intended it to. God has created us as very powerful beings. Go out and enjoy the world as you want to. The other one is, I would like to make a note on the issue of sexuality. Women are often not given the chance to choose, or many of us in our minds have this tendency to think that it's only the men who make the advances, but it's only the men who also make the decision on whether you want to have sex or not. I would like to say that the power lies with you as well. It lies with you to decide who to have it with, when to have it, and how to have it, because we are not, this is not an area that's dominated by men. It's an area intended for both the women and the men to enjoy. And if you're going to enjoy your sexuality, you must take charge. So I implore you to take charge of your sexuality. I implore you to enjoy and be unapologetically feminine, and implore you to embrace your sexuality. So lastly, as I close, I would like to encourage us to buy the book. Just the Way You Are, Girl is a must buy, a must have on the shelves. Mothers out there, don't let your kids make the same mistakes. Your girls, buy the book and let them read it. We need an empowered generation. We need a future generation that's empowered. Not empowered to fight men, but empowered to be able to love themselves enough to make the right decisions. I thank you very much for listening.
Absolutely, I love you just the way you are, girl. You don't have to change, you don't